refuting the assertion made by learned counsel for the petitioner. Learned counsel appearing for the respondents submits that the scheme of compassionate appointment filed along with the supplementary affidavit with the covering letter dated 16 January 2013, which has subsequently been adopted by the FCI wide circular dated 26 March 2013, will not be applicable upon the petitioner as the date of determination of the claim of the petitioner at the time of death of his father is 2004. It is submitted that in the circular prevailing at the time of the death of the father of the petitioner is dated 2 February 1977, wherein it has been categorically provided that an application for compassionate appointment will have to be made within 6 months from the date of death retirement of the deceased employee, and this in no case should be extended. The said circular come into effect from 1st of January 1977. It is submitted that at the time of death of the father of the petitioner, that is, in 2004, the petitioner was a minor. As such, he could not have applied, but his mother could have applied, but she did not apply, and the petitioner finally applied when he was major in the year 2006, which was way beyond the maximum limit of 6 months. Therefore, the claim of the petitioner has been rejected. Para. Learned counsel for the respondents has further pointed out that the relaxation in the period for making of application for compassionate appointment as mentioned in circular dated 3/7/1996 is not applicable in the case of death of an employee, but it is only for seeking compassionate appointment of a regular employee being retired on medical ground on his own request. It is submitted that both these circulars cannot be equated, and since there is no power to relax the period for making application under circular dated 2 February 1977, the claim of the petitioner has rightly been rejected. Learned counsel for the respondents further submits that the subsequent scheme of compassionate appointment as filed along with the supplementary affidavit with the covering letter dated 16 January 2013 will not be applicable. The same cannot be applied with retrospective effect. It operates prospectively. Therefore, the provision of extension of period up to 5 years was not available to the petitioner at the time when his application was being considered. He, however, submits that the said scheme of compassionate appointment would also not be applicable, since the same has been adopted only for such employees and the staff of the corporation who are governed by the provision of the Food Corporation of India Regulations 1971. The aforesaid regulations are applicable to all the employees of the corporation other than the persons governed by the Industrial Employment Standing Orders Act 1946 and or the Food Corporation of India standing orders framed under the said Act, since the father of the petitioner was governed by the latter. The dying in harness rules of 2013 would not be applicable to the case of the petitioner. The admitted case of the petitioner is that his father Ram Lal was granted a lease of certain agricultural land on 1 July 1950 for a period of 30 years. During the period of the lease in the year 1964, a small portion of the land leased to the father of the petitioner, comprising an area of 0.45 acre, was acquired under the provisions of Land Acquisition Act 1984, for which due compensation was paid to the father of the petitioner, who was the leaseholder at the time of acquisition of the land. The remaining 10.88 acres of land continued in the possession of the father of the petitioner. In the meantime, the father of the petitioner expired and the lease, which was granted in favor of Ram Lal, was transferred in favor of the petitioner and his brother Rajendra Kumar, and the names of the petitioner as well as Rajendra Kumar Suri were entered in the revenue records. The petitioner's claim is that under the provisions of UP Government State Thekedari Abolition Act 1958, the petitioner has acquired right of heritable tenant, and as such, even on the expiry of the lease on 13th June 1980, the right of the petitioner had continued. Para. After the expiry of the lease granted in favor of the father of the petitioner, the respondent authorities proceeded to evict the petitioner from the land in question. The petitioner filed a civil suit in which temporary injunction was rejected. The petitioner, as well as his brother, filed an appeal before the lower appellate court, which was dismissed. The petitioner, as well as his brother, filed civil misc right petition number 2832 of 1984, Rajendra Kumar Suri versus State of UP and others, in which this court, after considering the totality of the circumstances, held that the claim of the petitioners was up to 31st June 1982, but since the land revenue had been deposited by the petitioner and his brother up to 31 March 1983, thus while dismissing the writ petition allowed the petitioner to continue in possession till 31st March 1983. The petitioner, as well as his brother, also gave an undertaking that they shall hand over the peaceful vacant possession of the land in question to the respondents on or before 31st March 1983. While dismissing the writ petition on the basis of the said undertaking, the petitioner continued to be in possession till March 1983. It is not disputed that the petitioner has handed over the possession in terms of the said undertaking. The grievance of the petitioner did not end here, and he therefore thereafter moved an application before the state government claiming compensation for his eviction from the land in dispute, which was denied to him by the state government wide order dated 14 January 1986. Challenging the same, the present writ petition has been filed with a prayer to issue directions to the respondents to immediately start proceedings for grant of compensation in accordance with the provisions of the Land Acquisition Act. Over.